Yeah, if there's a couple things I'd like for you to know about what's going on with the church in China, it would be this. First of all, they are persevering and growing in tremendous ways as they suffer for the Lord. The church is still growing. Pastors are still growing personally. Pastors and their families are still facing the fires of suffering. They're beginning to write their own pastoral reflections. They're beginning to write their own theology in incredible and in beautiful ways. The Chinese church continues to plant churches. They continue to serve the poor. They continue to raise up young pastors. So the Chinese persecuted church is still growing, and they're still persevering, and God is blessing this church. The second thing I would want you to know is that under Xi Jinping, his authoritarianism is expanding, and increasingly throughout our network, we're seeing more and more people who are being persecuted. Only, I would say, like 5% or so of those persecution events would make the news or make any type of public reporting, something like a trial happening or a sentencing. Only 5%. The other 95% of the type of persecution that's going on is that they just make your life much harder. They might turn off your utilities. They might have a spontaneous eviction. You might go outside and your bicycle is gone. Your kids may be followed to school, followed to kindergarten even. They just make it really hard to be a Christian, and that gradual dripping of water that eventually erodes the rock. That's what we see happening. Is there are some cases in which the Chinese, as they face these persecutions, they do have a very difficult time. Some even fall away. And so they need your prayers. They need your respect. We need to learn from them. But we also need to understand how difficult it is for them, that it's changing. The situation is changing in China. And we need to go ahead and advocate for them and speak out to one another and to our leaders and say that this is not right. And we need to stand with our brothers and sisters in Christ who are in China.